Hello, welcome back to my channel, Catskill Mountain Homebody. My name is Amy. All right, we're in the midst of a snowstorm in March, another one. I can show you outside real quick. So the bulk of the storm is coming overnight. That's okay, we're not going out today. So we're just hunkering down, waiting for the storm to end. All right, my son's home for spring break. He's not feeling so great. And I told him I would make some butternut squash soup, which is nice when you're not feeling great and you have a sore throat. It helps you, it's warm and delicious and a nice winter meal. So we're gonna make butternut squash soup today. And I am gonna add some potatoes to it. It's all going to be blended with the immersion blender, but I have some leftover potatoes that I wanna use, so I'm gonna roast the potatoes with the butternut squash and just make it potato/butternut squash soup. So that's the plan for today. I'm standing behind my Easter tree, looking very festive, even though it doesn't feel like spring today in the Catskills. All right, let me show you what I have. All right, so I got a butternut squash that we are going to roast. I have a few of these specialty potatoes from ShopRite. We're also going to be putting some onion in this and some bacon. And I have made this soup before. It is very, very delicious. So I know that it's going to be a wonderful meal for dinner. And you can serve this soup with a side of garlic bread if you like. You could make some savory muffins for the side of the soup. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for that in terms of that yet, but I am going to work on this butternut squash soup, and I will be putting the recipe in the description of the video so you can try it if you'd like to try it. If it's cold and you want a nice warm soup where you live. All right, so first I'm going to pull out all the ingredients, and then we're going to chop up some vegetables to roast in the oven. That's the first step to this soup. have roasted those vegetables for 15 minutes in a 400-degree oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I am going to take them out at 15 minutes and mix them around. And then I'm going to roast them another 15 minutes until the butternut squash is soft. I'm going to use a fork to test it. And then we're going to transfer the roasted vegetables into a sauce pot, and we're going to add some chicken broth, and we're going to do the immersion blender and make it all delicious. And then it's going to simmer for a little bit on the stove, and I am going to crisp up some bacon, probably in the microwave, to crumble on top. But that's an addition that individual people can add. I'm not going to add it to the soup. If Joe or Julius wants bacon on top, they can put crumbled bacon in their bowl. But you can also put cheese. Sometimes I'll do cheddar cheese on top of this soup. I mean, you could even do crumbled goat cheese if you want on the soup. I'm also going to put a few scallions, chopped scallions on top. But it already has onions in it, so it doesn't really, again, that's just an added thing that you can add if you want to. But I'll tell you right now, those roasted vegetables smell delicious, and the kitchen smells heaven right now. And there's something about making homemade soup that really, really is special. And, it's so much better than canned soup. You can add how much salt you want to it. There's a fresh taste to your own roasted vegetable soup. I made a roasted tomato soup on this channel. I'll post that because we had a lot of tomatoes from our garden last year. So I made a roasted tomato soup that was also very, very delicious, and we had it with grilled cheese sandwiches. I'll put that video in the description, and I'll put this recipe in the description also. So I will, when it comes out of the oven, I'll show you how it looks when it's done. And then we're gonna have the fun with the immersion blender if I don't make a mess on myself. But I'm just wearing a crappy black shirt today because we are snowed in. Now, we're not snowed in, but we are getting some snow, so. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you like recipe videos, if you like farmhouse style and decorating for holidays, or if you like to learn about the Catskill area of New York, consider subscribing. All right, we're gonna go look at those yummy vegetables now. All right, let me show you the soup. So I finished blending it with the immersion blender, and you can see how smooth it is. There's no cream in the soup. It looks creamy because all the vegetables have been blended, but I did not add any cream to the soup. It's just chicken broth and roasted vegetables with roasted bacon, all blended. That immersion blender is the best invention, and the top of it that gets messy goes right in the dishwasher. All right, so I'm gonna let this simmer for a little while, and then I'm gonna crisp up some extra bacon, and we'll put some grated cheese on it, and I'll show you how it looks when we spoon it out later on this afternoon. Looking good though. I'm about to spoon out the soup, but thank you guys so much for joining me today on this snowy day, homemade soup day. Oh, Chipper wants to say hello before we leave. Say hi. Hi. Yeah. You are a good boy. Scout's looking out the window for Daddy. All right, I'm going to spoon out the soup. I have the toppings all ready, and we're going to have dinner with a little bit of bread. So that's going to be dinner. I'll see you guys in the next video, but stay tuned for the finished soup.